This is falling down because 500's going to neck. So, you know, my ass can only take so much.
You're
up that ass. Come on. Cock work.
up.
Yeah.
Kicking.
All right, let's get that ass. This can only take so much.
Fit.
Come on. Cock work. The Eagles are trying to. Did I just say what I think I?
Pause.
Pause. No.
What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Let me say special shout out to Lady Libra. Lady Libra, double dipping on both channels. Appreciate that. And oh my goodness, Rhonda Lovely Sparks. What's up, lovely? And we are a little over 24 hours away from the Dallas Cowboys going into San Francisco on what might be saving their season against the San Francisco 49ers that literally are in the same position. At 3-3, it's not the end of the world if we lose this, but you have to start pushing the panic button. San Francisco, if they go 3-5, then they definitely need to push the panic button. So the early one in here, shout out to Loyal Cowboy. What's up, Loyal? How are you doing, man?
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I got to say, we got all the ladies like Elena in here. What's up, Elena? Miss Gibson in the house. What's up? I think I realize why we have so many of the Eagles and 49ers and Washington fans in here. I think it's because of all the lovely ladies in here. They're hoping that they might get lucky. You think that could be the case?
Could be.
So, Loyal, me and Loyal were having a little conversation here before we started doing here. Bright Guy, what's up? Jeff Lee, who's just here for the boobies, about Dalvin Cook coming up. I'm happy that they're going to at least try Dalvin Cook. My take on it is we need to find out if he can play or not play because the trade deadline is the 5th. So that's a week from Tuesday. If we're going to make a move and we want to say running back, let's find out if Dalvin Cook can play or not. What do you think about it?
I agree. I mean, I'm not going to hold my breath about them trading for anybody. I already know they're not going to. They're just going to be content with what we got. We might get rid of some players, but I don't see us trading or doing any type of splash moves in the trade. I mean, I think that the bye week would have been the week they would have sat down and went over that, but I just don't see him doing anything.
Well, here's, with Dalvin Cook, I know people get old overnight. I mean, if you looked at Peyton Manning when he went to Denver and they went to that Super Bowl and lost to Seattle, got blown out. I think Peyton Manning had like 50-some TD passes. Then had a decent season the next year, and then that last year, they didn't win the Super Bowl because of Peyton Manning. They kind of won him really in spite of him because I think he had 9 TDs and 15 interceptions or something crazy like that. I know players do have a tendency to get old overnight, but I'm sitting here looking at Dalvin Cook, okay? Dalvin Cook in 2019, 1,100 yards, 4.5. 2020, 1,557 yards, 5 yards a carry. 21, 1,159 yards, 4.7 yards a carry. And then in 22, 1,173 yards, 4.4 yards a carry. And then with the Jets, he only had 67 carries, 214 yards, 3.2. Do we really think that he dropped off from 22 to 23 that much, or do we actually think that maybe some of that was he joined them injured? Aaron Rodgers is gone. The team is crap. And just didn't give a rat's ass about it. There's no allegiance to the Jets. The season is not going anywhere. That maybe he was just kind of checked out? Or do we think that he's actually spent?
We'll find out. We're going to find out for sure tomorrow. That's for sure. But I mean, hasn't played. He's going to be really rusty. So
Yeah.
we got to see what we got. Like you said, we just got to see if it's worth it or not. Or I mean, he's obviously not the long-term solution for us, but we'll see if he does anything.
Regina Green in the house. Welcome, Regina. Here's the thing that's going to be that'll piss you off. Okay, what if? Okay, I'm going to throw out a hypothetical out here. What if he's looking at this? If I'm Dalvin Cook, I'd probably be kind of pissed, saying, "Why was I brought here when I see that the Cowboys are averaging 77 yards a game running the football? That literally nobody's doing anything. It's like I can't even get off the practice squad." If I'm Dalvin Cook, I'm going out there to make sure I don't go back on the practice squad, because I don't want to finish up my career on the practice squad. People could have signed him off of our practice squad. He's going to want to go out and show that, maybe, even if it is they do put him back on there, that I'm a valuable commodity, and that somebody would try and pull him off. That would be my take, at least, is he's going to come out there to really try and do something, because I don't think he wants his career to end. Chris May in the house with an avatar. What's up, Chris?
Not much, guys. What's going on?
I'm trying to think who you look like there with that avatar.
He looks like a producer or something. He looked like he could be
serious.
Yeah, I saw what fun you guys were having with this thing. I've been messing with it since I got this new PC, and it's like,
okay,
right on.
I got an avatar too, but I look totally different.
Okay,
yeah,
I have no idea how you're doing all that. That's too hot tech for me. CJ in the house. What's up? Coyote, what's in the house? Lady Libra in the house. What's going on? Rhonda loves the avatar. All right, so Chris, we were just talking about the idea of bringing up Dalvin Cook. If he's actually going to do anything, or is it going to be that he's truly just washed? And
I don't know. I think they're just probably saving him till a point about like right now in the mid-season, but I don't know. It's worth the try to get him up.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I'm seeing right now, we're pretty anemic in the running game, but that also starts in the front. So anything right now that we can do.
Yeah,
I don't know.
When you start thinking about the Dallas Cowboys averaging 77 yards a game running the football, when you think about the great running backs that we've had through here and how running the football was always key to Roger Staubach, to Troy Aikman, everybody, it killed me last night in the live stream, because the person came in and it's like, you can't win with Dak Prescott. He's not one of those quarterbacks that you could win a Super Bowl with. And then I started thinking, I was like, what if you took Emmitt Smith off of the Cowboys in the 90s and you gave him this running game? How well would we have done?
Not very good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, we were 0-2 when Emmett held out until he came back, and when he came back, it all fired. So, it's important to have a running game, because without a running game, you can't dictate the game in certain ways that you would want to, like control the ball. Or, for example, you get that defense playing up a little bit too much where they think it's a run, and you can get a play action over the top. That it just helps all around. The same way defensively, of stopping the run is, same principle, game management.
This is like 2020.
It is.
This is exactly like 2020. It's just one of those unfortunate, disappointing years for us fans, and we don't know what direction they're going to go.
The year's not over yet, because
no.
But to go back to the whole rushing the football, the Cowboys were 57-19 when Emmitt Smith rushed for 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
57-19. And we can't rush for 100 yards as a team right now.
Nope. A lot of players have stepped back. Took a step back. Jack Martin's not playing at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
Terrence Steele, he's not playing at a high level. So that whole right side is vulnerable to defenses.
When you think about money that was wasted, I'm sorry, we got to put Terrence Steele in that right now. Terrence Steele signed an $82 million contract. Again, while he was coming back from an ACL injury.
Mm.
Okay, so you put his $82 million, and then you put the 50-some that, although only 35 of it's actually going to get paid out, that we paid Michael Gallup. Now, as we talk about Dak Prescott and wasted money, right now, Terrence Steele, it's a toss-up between him and Tyler Guyton on who's worse.
Well, I would say even maybe try to put Tyler Guyton at right tackle, see what you got.
I was saying that's
his position in college anyways.
Yeah.
That's what I would think too, and that you have Tyler Smith at left tackle, because it seems like at the moment, what's his name, at left guard actually was pretty good, at least the week before. Gina
Bass.
Dallas Diva, yeah. Bass was pretty good at left guard. It was pretty good, at least against the Steelers. Now, I'm sitting here in my mind because, I put all my eggs and said that this is a must-win game for the Cowboys. If they could win this game, then your outlook looks a hell of a lot better. But on the flip side here, if I look at it and say, let's look at this for the next 3 games. The next 3 games, we've got, of course, San Francisco that's wounded, and we're wounded too. But next week, you should get back Micah Parsons and maybe Deron Bland and maybe Brandon Cooks. So you're getting some reinforcements. And you're playing against Atlanta. I don't know that Atlanta is as good as we think. And maybe I'm wrong. But, from what we saw the first couple of weeks, I'm not sure that they're a great team yet. And then we've got the Eagles after that. If you don't win this one, then you got to win the next 2, which I think is possible. I'm not sold on the Eagles. The fact that they took – this was crazy because I've got an Eagle fan that's here at the house and a Washington fan, and neither of them realized that they flip-flopped the games. They moved the Bengals Eagles game from 4 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and they shifted the Washington Bears game to 4 o'clock. And Washington's young quarterback ain't playing. So what does that say about the Eagles that you took them out of prime time for the Bears in Washington?
Yeah. Sure.
I don't think the Eagles are a very good team. I know they're 4-2, but I look at it and say, if it wasn't for
our
Barkley,
division just took a step back, man. We're in the basement right now. I mean, you look at the NFC North; they're loaded. They got the Lions, Bears, Packers, and Vikings all playing well.
Yeah.
You got the NFC.
The Vikings, that's another team that seems like, okay, they lost to Green Bay and then they lost to the Rams. The Rams were about to be a team that's selling everybody. They're talking about trading Cooper Kupp. I've seen some things about trading Matthew Stafford. So that's a team that's saying the season's over and you lost to them. So it's kind of like, pump the brakes a little bit on.
That face mask at the end of that game, man.
Yeah, but I don't know that they're going to win the game because of that face mask.
Well, true.
Yeah.
So that's not.
I mean, it takes the safety off. It does give them a first down on the 20-yard line, but there wasn't a lot of time left in that game, though. But it was terrible. Some of the calling this year is no rhyme or reason. The one thing, at least I'll say, is it seems like they're letting the receivers and the D-backs play a little bit more. That they're not calling pass interference quite as much as they did.
Yeah.
Except when it's the Cowboys. So, anybody feel good about this game?
I got them winning. I'll go down with that. I think we'll win. I mean, like I said, I don't think it's going to save our season, but I just think we'll win. I just got this sneaky feeling that we're going to win.
Well, that would be the most Cowboy thing ever.
It could go either way to me. I kind of see it as a low-scoring game. I don't know why, but I just do.
Because all the injuries?
Yeah.
I mean, who are they without? CMC's not playing. Is
hasn't played all season, but their running game has still been pretty good.
Is Debo playing?
He's questionable.
I think he practiced, but he's questionable.
Kittle's playing.
Yeah, he's playing.
They haven't really lost anyone on defense, so
Hargrave.
Hargrave, he's out.
Yeah,
okay.
He's out. Gosh, I think that's it though. So yeah, we're definitely more injured with Parsons, D-Law, everybody.
and that attitude, I don't have Dallas winning every game. I said we were going to get blown out by the Lions, and we did.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm just saying I think we're going to beat the 49ers.
Well, scoring defense-wise, they're ranked 16th in the NFL. Yardage-wise, they're 14th. Offensively, scoring offense, they're 8th. And that's a big drop-off from where they were. Brock Purdy went from about having a 113 rating to, I think, 91. He's turning over the ball a little bit more than before. You know, some of that is not having all the players on the field and stuff, and he's holding on to the ball a little bit more. What we're going to have to do, at least what I think we're going to have to do, we're going to have to score. Flat out. We're going to have to score and try and keep the ball away from them, and we're going to have to be able to stop the run because they are still good.
And they need to target more than just CD Lamb. I mean, they got other weapons. They got Ferguson. This the Florney kid, is he starting, or is it who else is going to start? Who's on the other side?
Is back at practice now. You know, the sales job you get from Jerry. I can't wait to see that Ryan Fauntleroy out there on the field when he gets that first catch. You know, and he got his first catch and he fumbled it against the Lions.
Yeah,
got a new nickname from Jerry. It's Jackass Jones.
I got a theory here with what's going on with the Cowboys that I don't want to put this out there like this, but Jerry's 82. He's old. And I think it's one of those things, it's kind of like when you've had a great player on your team and they're not playing the way they used to, but they always say, well, they deserve to be able to go out the way they want to go out. And I think when I heard Stephen Jones talking about, will he be taking over as GM? His whole thing was, it was kind of like retrospective. I've enjoyed every minute with my dad and things like that. I don't want to think about that. We're just going to enjoy the moment. And then he said that, we already have a succession plan in place that the fans are going to like. So if you're telling me it's a succession plan that we're going to like, you're not the GM. That somebody else is actually going to be the GM. And I feel like they're just like, you know what, Jerry, whatever you say. He said, we're going to go all in. Okay, Jerry, you go ahead and do that. I'm ain't nobody better at being GM. I'm going to be the GM. Because you don't hear anybody it used to be, think about when Des Bryant, when they're going to get rid of Des Bryant. Jerry was like, Des Bryant's part of the family. We love Des Bryant and everything else, right? And it was Stephen Jones who was kind of like, we're going to have some conversations about Des Bryant, because he would get stone-faced. And you knew by the way Stephen Jones looked was, we're getting rid of him, and, Dad's going to be the one that has to do it, but we're going against what he wants. It feels like right now it's like whatever Jerry says, it's okay. And I feel like they're just kind of like, Jerry, you won 3 Super Bowls. You're in the Hall of Fame. You built this dynasty. We got more money than we can ever spend. You do it however you want to until you're done. That's what I feel like. Now, that may be crazy, but it seems like there's no rudder with this ship right now.
Right.
So maybe I'm crazy.
I can understand that frustration.
Yeah, and it's just like, just if you want to rebuild, okay, I'm cool with that. Then rebuild. If you want to say we're all in, okay, I'm cool with that. Let's be all in. But it seems like we're just talking and we just literally not doing anything. That's what it really feels like.
Yeah.
But on a lighter note, I'm hoping that, Mike McCarthy's got a great record after the bye week. That last year after the bye week was when the Cowboys turned it around. That maybe some of these young guys get a chance to catch their breath and refocus. I liked what I heard from CD Lamb on the interview with Jason Garrett. I didn't like so much that he was talking about how it might be a distraction of the fans and stuff. That's the biggest crock of crap that I'd heard. That's an excuse for, come on, man. I'm hopeful like you, Loyal. How about you, Thomas?
What's up?
The sky, and let's hope it doesn't fall.
Nah, we don't need that to happen. Talking about CD Lamb.
Yeah.
He need to grow his skin ass up. That's what he needs to do and stop acting like a damn child.
Oh, at least you said child, not a punk
Hey,
ass
I'm gonna
bitch.
tell it. I'm gonna tell it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you talking about, ooh, that little kid is knocking on the glass. That's a distraction. That's a disgrace. That's a distraction towards me. I'm like, man, you make $33 million a year. You gonna think
34.
You gonna call something that small a distraction? What's
For
gonna be
real.
next? You gonna be out there playing Sunday in front of 90,000 people. You gonna see that's a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here, man. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. I'm not a buyer. I'm sorry.
Leo's having a good time over there cracking up.
Hold on. No,
You
no.
making too much down. You making too much.
Leo, shut
Hey,
the fuck up.
Yo.
you
Leo,
making too
Leo,
much down.
I don't want to hear shit from you, Leo. You know what? You know what, Leo? Turn the mic on for a second, Leo.
He's coughing.
He's coughing. He's coughing. He's choking on
They're
this.
going over there in the bird section.
You know,
bird section.
Leo, here's how bad. Okay, your team gets no respect whatsoever. No
I
respect.
know. I see that. I hear it.
No,
I hear it.
No, I'm not just from us as Cowboy fans. Here's how crazy it is. Like I was saying, my friend Allie is here. Okay, you know she's here right now.
Hi,
and all
Allie.
that. And my friend Marvine is here. She's a Washington fan.
Hey, Marvin.
They didn't realize that the NFL said, Washington and Bears is probably a better game to watch than the Eagles Cincinnati. How do you feel about that? Knowing that Washington's quarterback is not even going to play, that Marcus Mariota is going to start for him. I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything.
I'm fine with it. I'm cool with it. I'm not pressed like that. Seriously, I'm not pressed. I'm in market anyway, so I'm gonna see the game.
Oh no, it's not about being in market. It's about respect. They are literally saying we'd rather see the Bears in Washington than you.
Okay, it's week 8.
Okay,
I mean, it's
pass
just
it on.
week 8.
All right. So are you drinking the Eagles Kool-Aid right now?
Am I what?
Drinking the Eagles Kool-Aid.
Absolutely, Mark. Absolutely. Yes, I am. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I still think that we have a teenager who's going through puberty as our head coach. But for the most part, as it stands today, you know, we're 4-2 and
A cupcake schedule left.
And I've talked to other people who have played football before.
Mm-hmm.
And for a team that just replaced their defensive and offensive coordinator for whatever reason, when you go through that kind of change, yeah, you look like we look like what we look like now. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can't say I don't know where we still don't know where we're going to be at. We not even, this isn't even we're coming up on the halfway point, right?
Okay. So you're feeling good about your team.
I'm optimistic, yes, and I feel very good, and I'm optimistic, but lots to clean up. You know, I don't think if things go if the way this team is trending, they may not hit their peak until later in the regular season, which would be a good thing, because you know we'll get Jordan back in 2 more weeks, and we'll get we lost someone else on IR too. Oh, Dallas, yeah, we'll get Dallas Goddard back. You know. In the next couple of weeks too. So
all right, we got your optimism. So here's what I got for you.
What the hell, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Until you
All right.
reach the
So
top of
nothing.
Shut Fuck Mountain, where there are no more fuck-ups to shut.
We don't like happy Eagle fans. We don't.
Okay. My question for you, Mark,
is what?
My question for you is,
Lordy.
When you're listening to Jerry Jones say the things that he's saying, does that flip ever go through your head? Like when Jerry's talking, do you ever say to yourself, "Shut the fuck up, Sean"?
Oh, yeah,
all the way,
all the time. But see, it's a double-edged sword here. Okay, it's a double-edged sword because you get sick of the drama and the crazy shit that he says. But on the flip side of this, it's YouTube. You got content. There's never a dead time where there's not some stupid shit that's going on with the Cowboys. So from a media standpoint, if you consider
this is
me
great.
media, and what's so crazy is there is so much shit that Jerry Jones has said in the last 2 weeks. You forget about some of the stuff that's happened. And, do y'all remember?
Absolutely. Before you can even address it, something else done popped
right.
up. Yeah.
I mean, remember, for the first 3 days of the bye week, it was literally, Sean and RJ, are the victims here of Jerry Jones threatening to fire him. And I'm kind of like, they ain't no choir boys right there. They're the ones that are slamming all of us YouTubers and disrespecting us. Welcome to being, not respected by Jerry Jones. Remember, that was just the beginning of the whole thing. So that whole tirade went through, and then we had the change of, no longer saying that we couldn't afford Derrick Henry. We made it worse by saying he didn't fit what we do. So my question then was, so is that winning?
Yeah.
Right. I was going to say, the like Jalen Hurts has this saying, keep the main thing the main thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the main thing is actually wins and losses. Hence why I don't care about flexing the game to 1 o'clock.
I kind of understand what he was trying to say is that if you get Derrick Henry, you got to run Derrick Henry. But the week that he said it, he only had 16 carries for Baltimore, and it went 167 yards. Okay, so you're telling me you couldn't find a place on your offense for that?
Right.
Yeah, Saquon's second in rushing, and he's averaging like 107 yards a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is,
you know what I'm saying?
Like
and without
30 yards more than what
losing,
the Cowboys are averaging as a team.
Without him, your offense works way worse, I think. I mean, he's helped you guys tremendously. It just proves how much a running game helps a quarterback.
Well,
absolutely.
It's a cause and effect, too.
He's really bailing y'all out, Leo.
Say that again?
He's really bailing y'all out. If it wasn't for Saquon, y'all be deep in the basement.
And listen, I don't deny it, but here's the thing: he's on our team.
Yeah, he is.
You got to deal with
it. You have to say,
no matter which way you skin that cat, he's still an Eagle right now, right? And that's all that matters to me, But I'll say this though,
did I just hear did I just hear that 3-letter word you just said? If I was you, I would never brought that word up. You said now. That kind of made me think that he ain't gonna be on the team for long. You said as of now.
No, I said he's on. He's on our team now. Yeah, he's on our team now.
He doesn't know anything.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit lost. I said he's on our team now.
I'm picking with you, Leo. I'm picking with you.
Sorry, dog. It went right over my head. I missed it. My bad.
I'm picking with
Mark. I'm looking good to win the jersey. I'm looking pretty good right now.
What jersey?
We haven't seen him since, though. He hasn't been in here since.
Okay,
but the guy you made the jersey trade.
You win nothing because you're not going to the game.
Okay. I forgot his name, but he ain't been in here since.
Really, Mark? You really are mad.
Yeah, I am.
It's that bad in Dallas land?
It is, man.
Out there in Arlington?
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't we talk about this over the offseason where someone who left the Cowboys said something about it being like you're on display for the fans and all this stuff?
They didn't leave. That was last. Okay, again, that was another one of the controversies just a couple of days ago. Okay,
when I was little, when I was younger, right?
Okay,
my grandfather was really, 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 really heavy into politics here in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we would find ourselves having to go to different types of receptions and events and stuff like that. My grandfather would make us, he make us, stand there and shake hands with the governor and with all these other people and, all that stuff. I never liked it. But when they would talk about the media, I always heard them say things like, if it bleeds, it leads. Like that was like some kind of rule of thumb with the media back then. If there was a killing or murder, something, that's what would start the news cycle off. Like they would start off with that.
Yeah.
To your point about content creators and the way the traditional media is viewing it, it doesn't have to bleed to lead here.
But here's
you know what I'm saying?
Actually, because here's where you start saying, is the shit Jerry doing calculated? Because what happened with what he did with Sean and RJ, Sean and RJ are on everything. You know, everybody's talking about
the radio guys.
Yeah, the radio
that
guys.
He threatened.
And then of course on Tuesday, everybody's watching live to see what is Jerry Jones going to say. Okay, so now we have the whole controversy of the tours. Right?
Mm-hmm.
People are, and I'll be honest with you, when you do the Star Tour, you do have the glass wall where you can see them. You got the cafeteria, you get to see the cafeteria where they eat lunch. So yeah, they are. They have the rehab facility. At least when they first started it, you could get a gym membership and work out where they do the rehabbing. Okay.
Oh.
Yes. Now I don't know if they still do that, but when they originally opened up the Star, because there's apartments. And hotels and things that are right there at the Star where you can rent and everything else. So, it is an open society, so you can see the animals at the zoo. And Jordan Lewis kind of said, yeah, it is kind of a distraction, but, it's Jerry's world. You just get used to it. And here's the thing that's crazy is, so Jerry was asked a couple of days ago, what do you think about the ESPN piece about, the players feeling like they're in the zoo and it's feeding time and they're knocking on the glass and stuff. He said he loves it because that brings more publicity, and more tours.
Right. That tells you where his thought. That's
exactly. So everything that he does, every controversy that's out there, is just more people watching.
Well, I just appreciate the fact that when you talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, the majority of that conversation is pretty much rooted in just the football. Whether you're saying the Eagles are a terrible football team or you're talking about the play of players, that's where for the Eagles, that's our controversy is rooted in the main thing being football. When you talk about the Dallas Cowboys, and again, I'm not taking digs. I'm just saying what I've witnessed through the media, and the only reason, and Mark, the only reason why I'm paying particular attention is because your point was proven to me over the offseason about the way the news cycle changes and the things that they say. So I just happen to be a little more attuned to what they're saying and what I'm seeing. And I mean, God damn, every time you're talking about the Cowboys, it is about something that has nothing to do with football.
Right.
But it affects the football. You understand what I'm saying? Jerry Jones landed his helicopter on the practice field. If Jimmy Johnson was the coach, that never happened. He landed his helicopter on the practice field?
In the middle of practice. Jerry? Yeah, in the middle of practice. Yep.
Come on, and here's the thing that I'm like, if this will never stop, because as soon as it came out that this was a problem, and as soon as it became an issue, I guarantee you, Jerry saw an uptick in the number of tour tickets.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So when you say to me, Leo, what do you think? You think this might be a calculated thing? Hell yeah, I think this is calculated.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And to me, this is why I'm so happy at this time in time to be an Eagles fan, because our issues has everything to do with play. Just happens to be about the football team.
All right, Leo.
I think I'd have got my boots on, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, all that extra stuff. I can't even
more fuck-ups to shut.
All right, Leo. Enough of the circle jerk of the Eagles now. Okay, all right. Moving right along here. Okay. Moving right along here. Okay. Brian, game time, Brian. We still haven't gotten them tickets for the game yet there either there, bro.
What up, game time? What's good, money? Good to see you, bro.
What's going on? What's this like this is everybody's all doom and gloom. It seems like.
No,
It's been awesome game time.
Well, listen, I got news for you, Leo. You're not the issue that everybody has to worry about. Eagles are IA at best. Everybody's going to worry about the Washington Commanders. So, again, I'm sorry, Eagle fans. You're not sitting at the top looking down on anybody. We're right where I thought we'd be. And guess what, people? We are beat up. Banged up. Nobody cares, but we are right where we thought we'd be. If you look at my schedule prediction, I had us 3-3. So it no surprise here. People are getting way carried away. Now it's unfortunate. My heart goes out to John Stevens Jr. He's lost for the season this week. He's a young, he's a young guy. He tore his ACL, the same one, back to back. That's not good. But we're gonna roll with the punches. So again, long season, people. Yeah, it's not looking good for Dallas, but at least we got our people coming back at some point. So we'll see. We got to find a way to scrap and claw and get a couple wins here over the next month. If we can somehow get to 5-5, then I will hope that Washington keeps winning because we're going to catch somebody. But again, we got to go out and do it tomorrow night, and that's a big ask. So, but yeah, we got to get the tickets, Mark. We got to figure that out. So,
well, game time when you came
if we lose tomorrow, it'll probably be even cheaper.
Well, just wait, but they're not going to lose. So then just expect that. Well,
I don't care what happened. We still gonna beat the Eagles.
Again, we just got to find a way to win. Well, that's not going to be that
We've
hard.
We've split with you guys every year.
That's always true.
I mean, 33-13 last year at home when we thought we were going to get rolled. So remember they were 10-1.
How many games is left?
11.
11. If
we go, they were 10-1 last year. Everybody.
Yeah, we can go 2-9 the rest of this year. Those two wins.
See, now I don't want to turn into an Eagle fan because that sounds like Eagles from the '90s. They didn't do much early '90s, so their Super Bowl was beating Dallas every year. I don't want to be that. I got news for you. They're not the best team in the division. So again, no offense to Eagle fans, we're both looking up at Washington. So keep worrying about Dallas.
Washington is.
Keep
Washington is 5-2.
Get rolled.
Yeah,
worry about.
Come on.
I think that's the problem. I think the problem is that this is unfamiliar territory. Put like this: Dallas Cowboy fans have not been in this position.
What 3-3?
No.
Yeah,
like the whole. No, I'm talking about y'all haven't been in this position in a long time.
Like what? What position's that?
The whole doom and gloom thing. Things not.
We've been here for 30 years. 20.
Yeah, again, our bar is a lot higher, and I know people get offended by that, but our bar is high. We don't. Yeah. Again, unfortunately, we put ourselves in this position. We have an owner who likes to write checks, put us behind the 8 ball all the time, and the players, get annoyed. Now, you guys were talking about the tours. CeeDee Lamb, Mark had brought this up actually a long time ago. And so I will give him credit for this. Mark, I won't say the exact thing he said, but basically CD is a little soft mentally. He just is. He's not so. Yeah. The last thing you should be worried about
is
somebody tapping on a glass while you're working out. Go do your job. And then you got Ben DiNucci bitching, like he's saying that he feels like a fish in a fish tank. Well, dude, then maybe you're not big enough for the room. Maybe you go back to your little college or wherever you came from. Exactly. That's part of that's part of it. And that, don't get me wrong, Leo, that's an issue for the whole franchise as a total as far as winning. It does. It does come at a cost. It does. So, it does. It comes at a cost, but, we can't say we're winners, people. We haven't won in so long. We're just trying to win tomorrow night. We'll see how it rolls at the end of the year, but we're not worried about the Birds. We're worried about the Commanders. Commanders have yet another game at home. So they
I'll say this. I'm not looking past Washington. I think Washington is a team to pay attention to think about, not to look past. But yeah, because they, it doesn't matter who they're their quarterback is. It's something. It's
They
something about that
always play
organization.
Philly well.
I don't get it. I never get it.
Yep.
Yeah, and we always lose somebody when we play them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
they don't have
they're tough games.
So you're good.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know, but I'll be honest with you.
Mhm.
I'm less worried about Dallas than I have been in years past, at least in recent memory.
Well, that's good.
I'm paying more attention to Washington than I am to Dallas, to be quite honest with you, from a football standpoint.
We kind of knew. Listen. There are a couple wins more than I thought there would be, but we kind of knew that with the owner change, there was going to be a sense of excitement.
Mm-hmm.
What you didn't want is for them to win a couple games that maybe they shouldn't have, at Arizona, at Cincinnati, both two real good quality road wins. They were allowed to do that. Now they're kind of got time to take a breath while still leading the division, maybe take their lumps. So we'll see what they do. I don't think they're going to have their starting quarterback tomorrow. But if anybody watched the game last week, didn't matter who was starting. They had 2 yards passing at halftime, and they were up 20 or right before halftime, and they were up 20-0. So it had nothing to do with Jaden Daniels. And
it's still going to be, the marquee is still going to have 2 Heisman Trophy winners going against each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just not the more recent Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So, but anyway, Mark, how you doing, man?
I'm kicking, man. This roof has been kicking my ass. My knees are killing me and everything else. But I'm still alive, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Hey, did you get that thing on your elbow taken care of, Mark?
Yeah, they actually it's doing pretty good, although it's a little sore. I went to the orthopedist, and they literally took 40 cc's out of it, 2 needles full.
Wow.
Yeah, they stuck the needle in, filled it up. She's like, "Oh, that filled up real quick." Unscrewed that one, put another one on, and filled that one up, and then shot it up with some steroids. And so far, it's been doing pretty good.
Glad to know you're all right. I mean, hey, I see you on that ladder and everything, so I'm like, hey, this man does not stop. But go ahead.
Well,
go ahead.
It's the problem is getting up there with these knees, man. Shit, the elbow is the least of my worries, man. I've got knees that I've had 6 knee operations, and so it's taking me some time, but I'm saving a whole bunch of money by doing it. But
oh, Mark, I totally understand. I've had a number of knee operations. I smashed up my knee on a night jump when I was stationed at Fort Bragg, and after doing that, I've had multiple surgeries on my knee and everything like that. The physical, like I had to go through rehab for like a year.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, just to get everything right. You know, never do that shit again. But
I guess Trevor never came back home.
Well, I tell you,
say that again.
I think he's talking to somebody at home.
Oh.
My orthopedist, every time I go in and see him, he always says,
Sorry
I don't know
that.
I don't know how you walk in here with that knee. Because his whole thing was,
mine says
you got to get to 60 before we do a knee joint replacement. But after I got the meniscus taken care of on the other knee, it's actually not so bad. I'm kind of like, I don't think I need that knee joint replacement right now. I mean, it's not good, but I'm like, fuck, I don't know that I want you to go in there and mess with this thing right now. But yeah, I'm good.
Well, everywhere where I'm at right now, I remember the doctors up at Womack at Fort Gordon and then at Fort Bragg told me the same thing, that I will be right where I'm at right now over a period of time based off of the surgery. You know, I'm almost bone on bone now. So it hurts.
I'm beyond bone on bone. I am bone has ground into other bone. You can literally
they're fused.
They're not fused, but you can look at they're crooked. I can show you the X-ray, and you look at that and say, "Damn!" There's literally no space between them. Okay, normally you have the cartilage and the meniscus. No, there's nothing in there on that left knee. There's no. I have no ACL.
Poulon speaks sports.
Okay? I tore it in high school, and they just took it out. I don't have an ACL on my left knee.
I just want to say something though. Shout out to Game Time Brian. My man represented big time on the NFC East Super Friends. That was dope, man.
Dude, yeah.
That was dope. Too bad you're talking about the Cowboys, but it was dope seeing my boy up there doing his thing.
Here's what I say. I was there for it was like 3.5 hours, and they didn't show any signs of stopping. I was just trying to like,
You're like, I got to go to work in the morning.
well, Lord, as long as I beat Lord Brunson, he tapped out about a half hour before we ended the show, or maybe an hour, 45 minutes. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I was filling in for Okoye Media, who decided to hide in the cave. Listen, Dallas fans, Dallas YouTubers, I don't care who you are. You can't hide when the going gets tough, because then you look like a fraud. Now, I don't know Okoye, nothing personal, bro, but they were like, yo, we're desperate. I know Louis T, so he's like, all right, I'm going to send you a link, just hop on. I'm like, I didn't know what to expect, and I was on there for a while. It was fun. But
it looked like you should have always been on it, bro.
Thanks, man.
Just so you know.
Bad Dog reached out to me. He wants to bring me on again, so I appreciate that. That was good. I didn't realize that was Bad Dog's baby. He's the one that started that whole thing, and it made a lot of sense. It kind of is I told Louis this a while ago. I said, this is a genius. I mean, again, we all talk about the Niners, but it's all about the NFC East, is it not? That's why I like
absolutely.
I get so much shit for having Eagles fans and Washington fans on my channel, but you know what? That's what's fun about it. Why do people have to just be all Cowboys? We know I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm rooting for the Cowboys tomorrow, and I'm rooting against Washington and Philly. What do you got? There is no surprise.
I don't want to talk to just Eagles fans.
Well, again,
that's why I'm here.
Get smart.
There's
gonna be jackasses all over the place. Just know that, like Mark says, if you're not getting any negativity, you're not doing something right. So
doing the Dan Sileo show.
Yeah, I know, bro, and that's
check it out.
God bless you.
No, check it out though.
I don't know how you do that.
Shout out to Mark Holmes for representing on the Dan Sileo show and taking that verbal ass whooping like a champ.
On a regular, that's their highest grossing show. It gets 10,000 views every week, that segment and stuff, man. So it's like,
you could tell people be waiting on you, Mark.
I told you before you kind of knew Dan. I'm like, he's not really an Eagle fan. He's going to team up with Philly.
I said the same thing.
Mark has the right mentality. I don't know that I would be well on that show. Like I told Mark, I said, I'm best not being on there because I get a little too hot. But Leo, I couldn't believe how much money they were raising on that show the other night. I think they were over $1,500 just in one live stream, just in super chats.
Damn.
They were killing it. I'm like, I was happy that a lot of the people that I knew was in there shouting me out. That made me feel good. But I was just like, $50 super chats were coming like it was water. I'm like, God damn, guys.
Do I get a cut of that?
Well, they had right after the show, it was like 18,000 views, like live. It was pretty.
Yeah,
it was pretty.
Like 1,500 people were on when I was looking. I was like, damn, they killed
it.
Yeah.
So it was impressive. So,
yeah.
But anyway,
I was just proud of you, dog. I got to tell you, as a friend, I was very, very proud of you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I told them anytime they need me, I'll hop on. But I wasn't expecting the 4-hour marathon. I was like, God, I'm hurting, man. I had to get up. I was getting atrophy in my ankles. I'm like, God damn, you guys just don't know when to stop. And Louis T gets a little bit. I actually liked it because now he's going overboard. Now Jaden Daniels is the next thing. I'm like, he didn't like it when I said, that reminds me of the last guy. Had RG3.
Yo, bro, you was right. You were right. He did. I remember him trying to sell everybody on
RG3
Sam Howell.
I
remember when he did it, everybody teased him for doing that.
Different. I'm like, no,
and he's like, I never said that.
He said he was like, he was Patrick Mahomes-esque or something like that.
Right.
Listen, I love Jaden Daniels. We were at the draft. I said, I hope Washington don't get him. But again, slow down a little bit. It's just, it's early.
Yeah, you told him that too.
You saw that the machine kept going last week when he got hurt. So, they had 2 yards.
Yeah, that tells you something.
Now,
here's the thing. Is it possible? Is it possible that they may have peaked too early?
That's the big question.
We always talk about that. Absolutely. Just look at the Minnesota Vikings. I sat there and got in arguments. They're the best team in the league. I'm like, they're 5-0.
Yeah, they've lost the last 2.
Again, it may be the Eagles, people. I'm not sitting here saying it's Dallas, but we can't say that a team that gets out of the gate quick. Since when does that happen, that you get out of the gate quick, that you end good? Never happens.
in
Right.
South.
Yep.
Nice in College
Shit.
Station.
He gave me the Packers over Minnesota. By the end of the
Absolutely.
year. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
They already
But
beat
that
them.
would like take somebody to use their brain and maybe project a little bit and say, okay, Packers got off to a horrible start last year. Look how they ended. You know, again, Minnesota, you're doing a great job, but I think they're going to come down to earth. I think they lost a couple in a row already, right?
Yeah, they lost
Yeah.
to Green Bay, and then
they just lost their left tackle for the season.
So,
Yeah.
there you go,
Darius
Leo. I don't wish that
is
on
up for the year.
anybody. Yes, Thomas, you tell him. I don't wish injury on anybody, but what I do will tell you is that's part of the game. Nobody's feeling sorry for Dallas. You think anybody
Right.
say, yeah, but Dallas, but yet, Mark, all you're hearing is, well, Niners are beat up. What are we talking about beat up? We're about as beat up as anybody, any two teams put together.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. It's just
Yes.
no excuses. I'm not
I've maintained, Brian, that all I want to know is who's still playing, who's still available week 16,
Yes.
week 17.
And if it's a wild card team,
yeah.
I'm going to
Like-
ride with that squad. Yeah. That's why I'm like, Mark knows how long the offseason is. And he knows all too well. For anybody to just give up now, you're full. Now, we could dislike the organization, and this is all content, people. We can make videos about how horrible the Cowboys are run, but they're 3-3. Okay, they're not out of it. But everybody just needs to relax. Enjoy the season because it'll be over, and then you'll be like, "Oh, okay, let's look for the draft." That's how life goes by, like that. Enjoy the season. You never know, people.
Where's the game at tomorrow for you guys?
San Fran.
San Fran.
Yeah,
Or Santa Clara.
Oh, Santa Clara.
yeah. It's going to be a tough game.
Well, you guys do better on the road than you do at home
Yeah.
this year.
We are
so,
two different teams on the
you
road
know.
versus home this year.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been abysmal at home. We've actually played really well on the road. In fact, the last nice game we had was Steelers. But here's what I want to say.
Everybody?
I'm going to say that San
going on, Tyler?
49ers
I'm doing all right. How's
if
it
they
going?
win tomorrow night, you better not
Right.
don't show up on my fucking channel. Don't show. I have not seen but one San Francisco fan all damn week. Only one.
They go away when
Listen,
it gets bad.
bang, bang.
You know.
I'm fine.
So
Glad we got
don't.
Dalvin Cook back.
I'm
About
going to let
time,
you know
man.
now. If you don't come in before the game, don't come in here bloviating if you win and all that when it's safe.
Yep.
Sound like Dalvin gets a chance.
Yep.
Because
And I told you guys,
By the way,
yeah, I told you guys, San Fran fans have been, going at me, since, the Super Bowl when the NFC Championship game that we beat them in. And San Fran fans have been relentless. So, for me, I'm it's like, it's a win-win for me, no matter who wins that game, because it's a conference game, and I need those two teams to lose. Either one of them to lose. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just happy it's not me. And again, Mark, I don't mind that the game was flexed. It's only week 7
what game
or week
was flexed?
8. Yeah,
What's
our
wrong?
game.
I'm sorry.
Our game. We got moved from 4:00 to 1:00.
What tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yep. Cincinnati. They flexed us out of the 4:00 spot.
When
For
did they do
Washington
that?
and
and Bears.
I didn't even know.
Right.
Yeah.
When the Eagles
But you
players
know what
didn't
though?
even know.
Also, every
I
team is
love a
playing
1:00
tomorrow.
game, so I'm good with it.
Well, every team is playing this week. Yeah, every team is playing this week, and I'm like you. Game time. I prefer the 1:00 game too, just so I can hurry up and get my day, get it over, and have the rest of my day.
Yeah.
I want to know if I'm gonna be pissed or if I'm gonna be happy.
Exactly.
I hate
And we don't do well in Cincinnati either. We've never won in Cincinnati.
They're wearing their white, which I think helps the Eagles. I don't know. Everybody loves the all white. I don't care for it, but whatever. It's all right, I guess. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
The Bengals are wearing their white helmets, so that may have screwed up that stat. Niners gang loves getting. Oh God, Mike Aldana, you're too funny. But yeah, you haven't seen a lot of Niners, and because they know. Again, this is nothing against San Fran. You're a talented team. Nobody's telling you you're not. Welcome to the Super Bowl. What do you call it, Mark? Hangover. Super Bowl hangover. Welcome. Things happen. Weird things happen. You know, that's just how it works when you lose a Super Bowl. Ask Eagle fans, they'll tell you that weird things happen the following year. That's just the way it works. I don't have an answer of why. It's just the way these stars align. It's not their year. That being said, I don't think that division is particularly tough. They're going to be in it for a while. Maybe the Niners will be the wild card team, you know? Who knows? But I think we can beat them tomorrow night, people. Mike McCarthy's 12-5, followed up by the most recent history last year, which they had a unbelievably horrible start offensively. And they went into the bye week, came out with some answers, looked totally different, went on a run. I don't know that we can go on any kind of run injuries-wise, but if we could just eke out a win, man, that would be huge. 4-3 after 7 is ahead of where I had us, and I had us finishing with 10. So I have us losing tomorrow, go to 3-4, but I didn't have Atlanta doing as good as they're doing. They are coming back down to earth, but there are wins ahead of us. We got to get through this next 4-game stretch without losing 3 or 4.
Or isn't this like a gauntlet? Isn't this the gauntlet part of y'all season?
Yeah, there's 4 games. You got us at Atlanta. I mean, 9 at San Fran, at Atlanta, home against the Eagles, and then what's the 4th one, Mark?
Texans.
Yeah, and then home against the Texans. So we're away for 2, home for 2. Just make it 2-2 through that gauntlet. If somehow we can go 2-2 or 3-1, which I don't see, but I'm just saying if we were, then you guys, everybody is a worry then, because we shouldn't get through that. The way we're playing, we should not get through there like that. So
if you go 2-2, you'll be what? 6-5.
5-5.
5-5. Okay,
but that's fine though, because then our schedule lightens up. You know, so a lot. You know, and the Eagles have the easiest schedule coming down the stretch, but. Again, you got to play them, and I don't know if that's good or bad, but for
any given Sunday, any given Sunday, you know. Again, I've recent history has beat me into not looking past nobody.
I said that, Leo, before the season. I said I could care less if we get out to a 9-2 start. I didn't expect that, but I said if that's the case, none of us Cowboy fans are going to be. Any smart Cowboy fans are going to be flexing or be real excited. It's all about the postseason. So if we don't get to the postseason, that'll suck. If we do get to the postseason, that's when the season starts. That's where we're at, people. It has nothing to do with, you know, how we get there. Just get in and be playing good. That's all that matters. So everybody's saying we suck and we're done. That's just not true. Sorry.
And mind you, game time by the time. And let's say it works out like you said, you'd be 5-5. You know what I'm saying? At that point, there should be enough film on Jaden Daniels. That at a certain point, you know what I'm saying, they'll be played tougher.
And I don't want to take over Mark's show. I'll shut up after this comment. But you saw it already. What he and I was arguing on the Super Friends. He was drafted. He was $185 at the combine. Because they were trying to say he's 210. There ain't no way Jaden Daniels is 210 pounds, number one. And you saw, and Louis T was trying to make an excuse. Wow, it was just a weird hit. No, he got crunched. He's light in the ass, got hit head on, and he fell to the ground. And he didn't crack a rib, but shit's hurt. Ain't right inside, you know what I'm saying? So
he ain't getting no good sleep this week.
So he can't. That's going to be his downfall. He don't have the legs or the lower body that Jalen Hurts has, and I worry about Jalen running like that. Jaden Daniels is going to be short for this league if he keeps running the ball and taking those type of hits. So,
it's like you know how they, you know what, game time they like. I look at Jaden Daniels, and he looks like Devontae when he first got to the league, but I don't know if he's as durable
for the most part. I mean, he took the illegal hit a couple weeks ago, but that was a dirty hit. Devontae is the type of guy, kind of like a Deshaun Jackson, who doesn't take that hit head on 9 out of 10 times. So I'm not.
Well, I mean, I've seen him take some pretty hard hits.
But he always seems like Emmett would always kind of take it on an angle. You know, Emmett was a little guy, 5'9", but you know he would always take that hit not head on, and that's the key. Jaden Daniels took it head on and collapsed. So
and everybody's not trying to hit Devontae every single snap.
Right.
So the durability issue is something to pay attention to, more so with Jaden Daniels than it was with Devontae when he first came into the league. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you on that, Game Time.
Yeah.
It's just like you said, if you got to bring ass, if you're gonna get ass, and right now he a little light in the ass. He's like the wind that blows him.
I just was trying to keep him. I'm not normally the facts guy, right, Drew? But I was trying to keep him in order. I made sure I went on there with my facts because I did not want to not have the facts and get eaten alive. So I thought I did all right. But anyway, I'll shut up. There you go, everybody.
Well, the thing you got to worry about if you're Washington is kind of like with Cleveland. It seems like no matter what, doesn't matter who goes there at quarterback, it always ends up being a disaster. I mean, Deshaun Watson that we saw that now, of course, ruptured his Achilles. He wasn't a bad quarterback before he got there, but for whatever reason, it's just crazy. And with Washington, it doesn't seem to matter who you are as a quarterback, you're getting injured. I don't know why. I don't wish it on him or anything like that, but in the back of your mind, it's like, are you going to be the one that breaks the curse of, the Washington Commanders that just seem to end quarterbacks' careers? I hope that doesn't happen to them, but it wouldn't surprise me if it does.
What do we see, Mark? Remember the mental health issues with Jason Campbell? Mm-hmm. Remember that? And then we had RG3.
The Chuck and Duck offense, man, they killed him, man. I met him years later when I think he was with the Bears, and he was like, Washington, he's like, they took years off my career. As soon as he got the ball, it was just like, who's going to be the one to kill me on this play? He literally got gun shy.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, Mark, is that to your point, we're not talking about some slouch ass quarterbacks that have run through Washington. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, these dudes were good. They're really good quarterbacks.
Alex
it's
organized spiral fracture, and Ryan Fitzpatrick literally played on some of the worst teams in football. And in the first game, he didn't make it through the first half before his ass was out. It's just kind of like, what is going on with Washington?
And they had Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
I'm just about to say that.
Had Kirk Cousins.
He was the one who survived.
Yeah, he's the only one that got
right. Now, Derek, if Louis T would have said what he said about Jaden Daniels, if he'd have said that about Kirk Cousins, okay, I'd accept that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because Kirk Cousins was the one who didn't he take the Kirk Cousins took the Revis Island path of things, doing those 1 year deals, and then getting all that stuff, and then he finally gets to Atlanta, gets a really good contract, and what do? They draft his replacement the same year.
All right, so wait, I've got to go do something real quick. Y'all are having a great conversation. You don't need me here. I'll be right back in 5 minutes.
Go for what you go. Go for what you know, Mark.
Don't forget the wipe. Use the dude wipes when you're done.
That's what I say. Hey, them dude wipes be coming
dude
in
wipes
handy.
are a lifesaver. Come on,
they
man.
are everything, boy.
It's funny, and they're not just for dudes. Because you go to Walmart and you buy the 3-pack, and my wife's like, "What are you buying these for? They're dude wipes, really?" Now they are gone half the time. Like, all of a sudden you like the dude wipes now, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
They talked about it. They talked about them in Hard Knocks on the Chicago Bears.
Not always dude wipes.
They sent one of the players to the store to
Allie
get
Pierce.
I forgot which player it was, the Chicago Bears. They sent one player to the store to get dude wipes. He couldn't find it, so he bought Clorox wipes.
Oh, no. No.
You guys remember
and the coach called him out in front of everybody. Like, he couldn't say that.
Philadelphia, real quick. The line says he's not playing. The line, Washington is a 3-point underdog. So that tells me Vegas knows that Jaden is not playing. But anyway, yeah, the dude wipes are. I don't know. I stumbled on them a few years ago, man. I'll be in Dallas with my pack of dude wipes. That's for sure.
I just been using them for like a month. But
Yeah, I'm telling you. Sorry, I don't mean to get off the beaten path, but we got to talk about life. Dude wipes are a lifesaver. Come
you
on,
ain't
now.
never felt clean off. Well, you might
Yeah,
think
exactly.
you feel clean.
We all
off the
can't
toilet.
afford bidets like Leo.
Right.
You know.
Hey.
You might think you clean getting up, but use the
Yeah,
do
you
wipes.
think
You
you
like
good.
I ain't clean as I thought I was.
Hopefully, Brock Purdy will need them on Sunday. Yeah, right, Dustin. Yeah, I know you, man.
It's only so many times you can fold tissue and wipe again. Okay.
Yeah, my man.
Brandon, yeah, the Chiefs just keep on winning, man. They're a machine. The Kansas City Chiefs are just a machine.
And look at
Maybe
their
this is
running
the year
backs.
that they lose in the end, though. Maybe they go wire to wire and lose, but I don't know, man.
Game time. Who do you have winning the division? Washington?
No, I don't know, man. It's too early.
I picked. If you go back,
I had Dallas and Philly tied at 7, but that's kind of out the window. I mean, I tied at 10-7. Sorry, like with 10 wins. So I think Dallas is it's gonna be tough to get to 10, but we'll see. Like I said, this next month, I think Eagles. This is a big game for Philly. If they can go into Cincinnati and win, that will prove a lot. If they go and lose, that just brings them back to the pack, and I don't know that they'll ever be able to get out on anybody. If they can get out with a win tomorrow, it's going to do them a lot of good. So, which is stating the obvious, but I'm serious. That's a good win on the road
you're
against
right.
Cincy. I think that's a staple.
And game time, we've never won there.
Ahead. What's that?
Yeah, and we've never won there.
Yeah. So, well, there's always This is as good a time as any because I don't think Cincy's great by any stretch. But they're a good home team. They're a good offense. Their defense surprised me, but I don't know if it was the Giants' offensive line losing yet another guy and everybody. They had 8 sacks or something, some crazy in number. So we'll see, man. It's going to be interesting to watch. But everybody needs to enjoy the games because this season's flying by already, and we're all going to be looking at the draft. And I'm not going to the draft, so it's kind of like let's enjoy the season.
Yeah, because I think it's going fast too, and I'm not all that excited about it because for whatever reason, this past off season just felt like a particularly long off season.
Yeah, it was.
I'm just like,
well, you figure you guys got out to that 10-1 start, and then you kind of just never.
Oh, it was my last year. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, and then it
the way we ended the season. Yeah.
And then all the negativity around the world. You're still local, so all the negativity. It's still rather negative. Everybody's waiting for the other shoe. I always tell people this, and they think I'm trying to make shit up. The Eagle media is waiting for the other shoe to drop. If you listen to the WIP or 97.5, they're basically saying, yeah, but, can they beat the Bengals? And then the fans will come on and go, yeah, of course we can beat the Bengals. And then the announcers are like, yeah, but I don't know if they can. And so if they beat the Bengals, everybody's going to be happy. If they lose, it's not. I'm sorry, and that's the way it probably should be.
I remember being on here one weekend, and you weren't here, Brian.
Oh, God,
I kept trying to tell. I was trying to tell. I was trying to tell Mark and everybody on here. And I kept saying, "Damn, I wish Game Time was here because he'll back me up." The people in the media in Philadelphia,
it's ridiculous.
Are still gun shy over T.O.
Oh, absolutely.
They are still
gun shy. Well, that's why I tell Drew, who's out in L.A., and I'm like, Drew, I know what I'm talking about when. And Mark will say, well, how's the temperature there? I'm like, temperature it hasn't recovered since last year. They're all holding their breath, people. You have a couple fans that are flexing, but that's just Eagle fans' nature. They want to be able to. They ain't scared, you know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, like you're right with the TO thing. So everybody seems to be waiting for the other shoe to drop negatively. Phillies ended bad. Sixers are starting off ridiculous with the whole Embiid, and that's another story. But so the Eagles are what they got,
right?
And they're holding their breath right now.
And Mark, just so you know, the way I talk. And the things that I say about the Philadelphia Eagles and everything like that That's not how it is in market. In market, they're killing them.
No, yeah,
There's
bad, Mark. I told you that.
it's really and Mark, it's always bad.
Oh, I know. Believe me, listening to Dan
It's
Sileo show
always
before,
bad.
they're kill now. He won't kill them when I'm on there.
No,
okay?
exactly.
But
exactly.
the other time, I mean, like Jalen Hurts,
Well,
he thinks he's the biggest bum out there.
It's funny because Mark goes on, and I could see Dan
just literally turned 180.
and he's like, and then all of a sudden he'll let you talk and go, "That's enough. That's enough. I'm not going to let you come on here." And I'm just like, well. Okay.
You've been trashing.
Whatever, man.
It's okay for him to trash him, but not a Cowboy fan.
You know what, Mark? You can't say this, but if I ever did go on that show, and if no, I don't think you should, but I would, because you have a good relationship with those guys. He likes to shit on Mozzie Smith. Okay, now Dan's
say it, Brian. Say it.
Dan Sileo. Okay, listen. I'm a mailman from South Jersey, okay? He's a god to me when it comes to football. But at the end of the day, he was a Mozzie Smith himself.
Oh,
he had all the talent in the world.
Damn.
Well,
Fuck that, Mark. You better use that shit. That's some real content right there. You better say that shit.
Play with Jerome Brown. He likes to flex to Jerome Brown. He's a pallbearer. I love Dan Sileo. But Jimmy Johnson told Dan that he wasted his talent.
Damn.
Okay, so he was the Mozzie Smith of his day. Shut your mouth.
So wait a minute. So you're telling me,
wow.
Put it in my back pocket till in case of emergency.
You can say,
shut up, Dad.
My buddy Game Time who has a YouTube
You're freaking
channel.
Mozzie Smith.
Well, Stacey White, what's up, brother? Or sister? I think it's
Stacey White. The vibe here in Dallas is done with Jerry and Dak. They're defending the business, including Torres throwing CD and Micah under the bus. Who calls out weaknesses? Dak and Jerry are about easy drama and money. Well, I said that it's all about the money. When Jerry Jones
Mozzie is a stiff, Drew. But so was Dan Sileo when he got drafted into the NFL. He was a highly touted player out of the University of Miami and decided that he got $300,000 to sit back and not work his ass off. So guess what, Dan? Big Sills, you were the Mozzie Smith of your era. So lay off the man and give him a freaking contract. You're talking about 2 left feet. Hey, listen. Sorry, Dan.
Takes one to know one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I'm saying, man. I've never seen people crap on a guy, and I've been hard on him, but I ain't putting blanket statements that he can't do this, he can't do that. So stop. Jeez.
Well, when you
Mark,
think about
you better use that.
No, I'm not going to go there like that.
Yeah, I told you. He ain't gonna
What Mark?
Game time. He gonna fire Mark up one day, and Mark gonna just let it fly.
I would do it for one show.
Look here, Mozzie Sileo.
Mozzie Sileo.
I let some things go, man.
I like it.
Because
dude, that's it, Mark. You don't have to say nothing. Just call him Mozzie Sileo. Say, well, I know how your career ended, or something like that.
I try and take the high road,
he may explode.
Because
look, Mark. This is what you do. All you got to do is say things like all you got to do when you're on there is say things like, well, Dan, like my good friend Game Time Brian says, he
already hates me.
or he says you're the Mozzie Smith of your era. And then my other good friend Leo calls you Mozzie Sileo.
Just clip what Game Time just said. Just clip that out and use it as a soundbite and play it on the show.
Well, listen, Game Time said
you were. There you go, Derek. That's it.
So you were an unbelievably talented player at the University of Miami, highly touted coming out of college, and you never amounted to nothing. And Dan, you admitted it yourself. You didn't put the work in. And you look back as a failure. Maybe that's what Mozzie's doing. Maybe instead of being
maybe that's why he hates him so much. But see, listen, you guys know. You guys know I take the high road.
It didn't even sound like me.
Yeah.
You guys know I take the high road.
To ruin any future that I might have.
But see, it's kind of like this, though. You know how Philly 500's whole thing is right now?
It's been good.
On ESPN, they throw Dan Orlovsky's career in his face all the time. It's fun and games. It's all
Him
fun and games.
stepping out the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube Jay
That's true.
Capolat,
That's
Xander
true.
reached out to me. I might be on the week of the Cowboy game, so because me and Xander talk. I'm not a bit. I like Dan, but Dan's about Dan. So, but Xander is actually pretty talented. Actually, Xander's
really
the boss. He's the boss.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, Xander Kraus, his dad owns, and
Yeah.
he's basically the boss. He does all the boss stuff. So I might be on there the week of the Cowboy game. So we'll see.
And Xander watches quite a bit, so I wouldn't be surprised. He'll show up in the chat quite a bit.
I've talked to him. He's shouted out my channel a few times on Saturdays because he does his not every Saturday, but yeah, he's it's all about networking. You know how it works, man. You got to be cool with everybody because you don't know who's going to be your boss one day. You know, that's how I was always taught.
Nah, that's facts right there.
Don't burn bridges.
But see,
facts.
Burn your bridge.
Let me ask you something for you guys, like, and this is like Derek, Mark, Game Time. Have you guys actually considered, make like NIL deals and stuff like that for like because I see that
but he'd be dumb to do it, man.
I mean, NILs. What are NILs?
Basically,
name, image, and likeness deals.
Nobody wants to see this image.
Not to get
Nobody
too
wants to see
technical or
this.
bring anybody up, but yeah, Mark he does well. Like it would have to be really sweet for Mark to do something like that.
Well, here's the thing, like, in order for you to do that stuff, right? There's things on your own end, like things that you have to button up, so that when the opportunity presents itself, administratively you're square.
JB, 8:00, brother.
You know what I'm saying? So as long as you got your paperwork and all that stuff squared away, should the opportunity presents itself, you can just hit go. You understand what I'm saying? So that's all. Because
funny, Leo, and you're getting into YouTube. You know what's funny? A lot of these guys, I'm not going to name. I've had my fun with Dan, but just anybody that's working for somebody and then have to, and Derek can probably tell you this, I'm sure, and then have to sit there and do it yourself. I don't know how smart Mark was when he first started YouTube, but Mark knows I'm not very good with any of this. It's literally it's like crawl before I could walk, like type of thing with all this technology. I'm still learning, and I feel bad to ask people, and Phil has all this knowledge and I could really use it, but he's busy. I'm like, I don't want to bother him. These guys couldn't do what Mark does. Again, nothing against it, but they would have no clue to have to hit the buttons, and God forbid your sound isn't working, right? Or your camera goes out. Could you imagine? So, for that
Mark's already bumped his head enough times to learn.
It's not easy. When I first started, it was panic city, and Mark's like, oh, just do this, this, and this. I'm like, can you say that in English? It's not that easy, but these guys couldn't do that. They all have their producers, and they all have somebody in their ear hitting the button, telling us what, drop the read or whatever. I haven't gotten into that yet, but I'm sure it's coming in a not too distant future.
Well, for legal purposes, I can't go into the finer details, but what I will tell you is that, like, I've had to pull back on all of the bird section stuff because we're in talks with Smoking Heroes, and Mark is looking like Smoking Heroes may end up on Patreon, and then that platform, and then we'll start releasing clips like the shorts on YouTube. But we're in the midst. We're in negotiations right now on a super major deal. Your Cowboy strain is a part of it too. You know what I'm saying? And when Eugene and I come to visit, we'll explain everything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you talking, but what I was going to say is, when you talk about blowing up, pretty much people just leave Mark to where Mark is. The people don't contact Mark and say, hey, I'd like to do something. And I don't know why. It's like people are just kind of like.
It's funny, Mark.
What's that?
Remember
Mark?
how you always help everybody? But I've done that.
Yeah. I've
done that.
All the time, but nobody ever says,
I'm not going to name names on here, but people don't want nothing to do with me, like all of a sudden. And I could tell that. It's not that they're being mean. But the people, it's just well, hold up. I gave you guys help just because I'm having.
You remember what I told you though.
Derek will tell you this. It's a little. It's not much. Like a little bit of success. Mark. He's got a lot of things going on that people would only. You know what I mean? Like he's put in the work. I'm just starting out, so it's like it's a little bit alarming that this YouTube thing is kind of nasty when it comes to some of the people that don't like you because you get a certain amount of subscribers. I'm like, whatever. I did 400 videos last year. Maybe if you did some. It's
Mark's
ridiculous.
big time. I seen him on the Lester Holt show on the news one time.
Oh yeah, he was doing.
I haven't even reached 3,000 subscribers yet, and people are in my comments hating on the craziest things.
You see what I'm saying?
That's good though. Derek, that's good though.
I know. Haters are motivators.
I like that.
Jesus had haters, and look what happened from that.
Exactly.
But
hey, you know
they
what they
complain
say
about the craziest thing.
I like that. Haters
I like that.
One comment told me I'm wearing my
Derek.
headphones wrong, which I know.
What?
He said,
What? Wait,
you need to teach
hold
this
on.
guy how to wear his headphones. That was one of the
What?
like I wear them just like this.
Hey,
They'll do anything to take it out.
Your headphones?
Well, it's weird, Derek. I feel comfortable with headphones, right? And I've had people say, well, why do you wear headphones? Okay, I could put an earpiece in like Mark, but does everybody got to do everything the same? When I'm at work, I don't have a headset on. I'm in a mail truck, so it's like, it's just people crack me up.
Right.
There was some girl the other night, Mark. I haven't seen her in here. I'm looking for
my
her,
videos
though.
are done.
She didn't like me on the Super Friends show because I need Mark Holmes in here. I'm like,
What?
I was like, well, because I was kind of like, not, she didn't just say Mark. I need Mark or somebody else that basically saying Mark went on there and just said Dallas is great. No, he wouldn't have. I called him on the carpet, but I also said the season's not over. We're going to bust the ass at least once of Philly. That was my thing. I was trying to fight back.
Hopefully
like you
in 2
heard
weeks.
I'm like,
I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know
Dallas
about that
fans.
one. Game time. I personally, and again, this is me. I follow NFC East Super Friends. Okay, I follow that channel, and been following it for a long time. And because of that, in my humble opinion, it just seemed like it was you were always on that show. Like it didn't seem like.
I got that a lot, but
you fit right in. So I don't know what show you're talking about.
She was just like, like you need to fight more. I'm like, we're not doing well. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. We're 3-3. Season's not over. But you want me to go and say we're the best team in the league?
That's not the group. Yeah, that is so not the group to be delusional with.
Yeah.
That is not because then all they're going to do is make you.
Well, I asked them before we went on. I said, do you want me to be the whipping boy? I said, I'll do it if I have to. It's your show. Or can I just be honest and tell you what I feel? And I fought back. I did say that.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't say Dallas stinks. I said, we still got a shot. And, I don't know. I can't make everybody happy. That's my problem. I worry about that shit. I worry about
You said what I said last week when I came on here. And Mark was like, "Oh my God, you guys,
you're right.
You guys are this, you guys are that." And I said to Mark, I was like, "Mark, we're
thanks, Philly.
2-2. I mean, we only lost 2 games. We were 3-2. We only lost 2 games. Like, what are you doing? Like,
last year you were 10-1, and then look how that blew up.
Well, that's it exactly. So we don't know how it's going to end.
Right, and so again, that's why, and that hence going back to that takes us back to my original question. Do you think that is a possibility that they may have peaked too soon?
Philly D. Leo and Lord Brunson are two opposites.
Oh no, yeah, we're not.
Lord Brunson is. Oh God.
Lord Brunson wouldn't defer to Dallas for anything, whereas at least Leo will say, "Nah, you guys had a good game.
You guys having a great conversation. I'll be right back again."
Yeah, go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
Okay.
Lord Brunson.
I keep everybody else.
Let's tell you what I have to do here. I'll
keep it a buck.
I got a new grill and I've got company.
Talk, man.
And so I'm smoking some
Say something.
steaks.
I'm
on
shutting
this
up.
grill.
Say something.
So I'm just gonna go put them in the smoker right now.
I want to say something about 15 minutes ago.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Thomas.
Oh no, we good. We good.
He's like, I forgot what it was.
I love
now.
Thomas,
Shit.
man. I love Thomas.
Okay, be right back.
Yeah, I don't know if we're dealing with regular Thomas or tequila Thomas right now.
Right.
I want to party with tequila Thomas. I'll be your spotter at the gym.
Yeah, Thomas is one person you don't want to mess with. But
Well, I was just about to say, Derek, if I was to get into a fight, I want him on my side.
Exactly. Thomas is heavy in the gym and he keep a smile on his face. Them two combinations is dangerous.
Yeah, that's when you know.
Yeah.
It's see, the struggle is him keeping the smile on his face.
Uh-huh.
That's a dangerous person pretending to be regular, not a regular person pretending to be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So hell no, I want him on my team, on my squad. We going into this fight. I need this crazy ass Cowboy fan named Thomas Garrett rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? Get him, Thomas. Get him.
So what's up, Loyal? How you doing today, man?
I'm good. Team barely won, but I'll take it.
Is that I didn't see the end, so I was gonna watch a little bit of the
God!
Miami game
And I found out that quarterback. I'm sorry, Thomas. I don't want to cut you off. The quarterback from Nebraska. I actually heard that was. I was joking around. It's like, is that a Patrick Mahomes reject? And someone was telling me that that's actually Patrick Mahomes' nephew, the quarterback.
He like copies him a couple, like with warm ups and stuff, like
because he looked just like him. He got the same number, the headband, but somebody was saying that's his nephew. I was like, damn.
Oh wow! Really so who are you guys as a collective, or have you even done? Who are you looking at for draft?
I'd say running back first.
Running back, yeah.
Running back or receiver, yeah.
I'm glad they're finally letting Dalvin Cook play. Finally,
yeah, finally, huh?
Do you think he could change your minds on priority list, or is RB1 still?
Yeah,
I
don't care if he
priority.
balls out. I don't care if he balls out.
We still need a young running back. And
we need a Zeke in his prime.
Yeah,
we need a high draft running back.
And there's a lot of those running backs.
And what kind of running back? A Derrick Henry, a Zeke Elliott, a DeAndre Swift type? Like, what do you guys want?
Ezekiel Elliott type.
I like the physical back.
Derrick Henry was
conducive for your current system.
Marion Barber was like Derrick Henry, and he was good. And then when he started, he just didn't really.
Oh yeah, Marion Barber was really good.
Yeah, Marion Barber. He was a smaller version of a Derrick Henry.
Yeah, totally.
But he ran hard. He ran every run like it was his last run.
Yeah, he's like a bulldog running through the line.
Yeah, I've been on the receiving end of that bullshit. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I had the opportunity to talk to Darryl Green, and I'm actually friends with his son. So when we were FaceTiming, his son's like, "Oh yeah, hey Leo, I got somebody here for you." And I'm like, "What? Who?" And he was like, "Look," and it was Darryl Green, and I was just looked at him, and he was like, "How you doing there?" And I was just like, "Look here, man. No disrespect, Mr. Green. I respect your play and everything like that, but you're not that for me. This is you're the author of some bad times for me, bruh. Like, this ain't cool. All right, good to see you, but nah, fuck that." He was cracking up. He was like, "Man, you Eagles fans, y'all something else." And I was like, "You goddamn right. Now you go. Bye. That shit don't work on me. Hell no." Amani Toomer is the same way with me. And I think Amani Toomer is probably, guaranteed number one, the worst human being as a former football player on the planet. I fucking hate Amani Toomer. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Because he knows exactly how to needle Eagles fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows exactly what to say and what to do. Like stick his his Super Bowl ring in my face and shit like that.
Oh damn!
And he thinks it's funny. He thinks that type of stuff is funny. So, like I don't. If you guys ever run across Amani Toomer and say, "Hey, some dude named Leo Bridgewater said fuck Amani Toomer," if you say I met this dude named Leo Bridgewater, he said you cool as hell, he'll look at you like, what? But if you said, "Hey, I met this dude named Leo Bridgewater," he said, "Fuck Amani too," and you like, "Yeah, you met Leo, yeah."
That's how.
Yeah, I went to a high school
That's
football
literally
game
how
last
our
night
relationship
for my
works.
uncle.
It's just like you saying, I met Mark. Mark who? Crazy Mark. Oh yeah, I know.
Oh yeah. Yup. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he knows. I mean, it's because in the business that I'm in, a lot of times I get to run across, former professional athletes and celebrities and stuff like that. And in the context in which we may end up in conversation, you know what I'm saying, it gets real regular and normal, real quick. And sometimes I have to remind myself, oh shit, this person used to play for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing with when I met when I got to meet Xavier Rhodes. You know what I'm saying? He, same thing, and now he's making a great transition, so out of football, and so seeing these things and talking with these guys, this is where a lot of my perspective will come from. Because again, when you talk to actual football players or former football players, they see the game completely different than what we see.
Yep.
They see film.
Yep.
They see film. You know what I'm saying? And so when I'm watching a game, and if I'm like around, a Eugene Monroe, Xavier Rhodes, or Amani Toomer, and I'm like, oh wow, look at that. They'll be like, oh man, so and so missed their damn assignment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or they'll say something like, ooh, film session gonna be brutal, on Tuesday. And it's like, but why? And then they explain to you exactly why and exactly what the coaches may or may not be saying. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's dope getting those little small nuances of what happens that we don't see on TV. You know what I'm saying?
I met Cold
So it's
Cuts,
really cool.
Icky Woods. He was cool.
Oh wow.
The Cold Yeah, he was cool. I met him. I haven't really met any. I mean, other than that, I haven't really met. Michael Wiley. He's from Ohio State. He played for the Cowboys. I met him. He was cool.
My ex-uncle used to be a football coach. Dick LeBeau used to be my ex-uncle.
You know what's so funny is I went to school in London, Ohio when I was a kid, and all the years I went there, I never knew Dick LeBeau was from there. That's crazy. I didn't know until recently. I was like, damn.
Oh wow.
Maybe I should have linked up with him when I played football. And
cooking for tomorrow, I'm actually going to do a clam chowder, and we have been very, very lucky when I've had corned beef sandwiches. Corned beef sandwiches like Reuben's and all that stuff are 3-0. Every week that I haven't done corned beef, we've lost.
So you
Hey,
only,
Mark,
you
guess
only
who used to be my
cook that on
ex-uncle?
road
you
games?
need that
I
good
thought it was
mojo.
when you're not at the red brick houses when you lose.
No, it doesn't matter. We've been lit up here too. Okay,
We lose there too.
we've
Mark, guess who used to be my ex-uncle?
Who's that?
Dick LeBeau used to be my
Oh,
ex-uncle.
I heard you say that. That's cool, man.
Oh yeah, you already heard me. I didn't say
Yeah,
that
his
yet.
family. I met when I used to do satellite. I met some relatives of his in Grove City, where I live at, and yeah, they're pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got a cousin named Lynn LeBeau and Harmony LeBeau and some of them that are related to him, his grandpa and stuff, their grandpa and stuff.
Wait a minute, Dick LeBeau, the old coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the Steelers.
Mhm.
Yeah, Dick.
Really?
Yeah, he's from the
Yeah.
same town I grew up in.
And he's
Wait a minute,
passed
you're a
away,
Cowboys
right?
fan?
Yeah.
He's passed
Long
away,
time.
right?
He's up there.
Dick
You know,
LeBeau,
it's so
he passed
funny,
away,
Leo.
didn't
This
he?
is gonna be crazy. What I'm gonna tell you. You know what my mother's
Maybe not.
maiden last name is? It's Cunningham.
Don't take no.
I used to think when I was a kid I was related to Randall Cunningham, but I'm not.
Oh, bro, listen.
Dude, you better use it.
There was only one time that the name Bridgewater actually hooked me up, and that was when I was coming off of my honeymoon and going through customs, and the customs agent said, "Are you related to Teddy Bridgewater, the quarterback?" And I looked at him and I said,
Yeah.
and I'm looking
that's
at that
my cousin.
line, and I was like, I
Hell
am the
yeah.
dad. Hell yeah. Yup. That's my cousin. Yeah. His dad and my dad are brothers. You know what I'm saying? Yup. And the
I
dude
used to
was like,
play
oh
catch
man,
with
I'm a
him.
big fan. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, hey man, tell you what, man. Give me your email address. I love doing this type of shit. I'll see what I could do. I might surprise you. Get something signed for you and sent to you. He's like, hey man, come here. Come over here. You know what I'm saying? Took that thing up, and I told my wife, let's go. We got all that shit and we went right through. He hooked us up, talked to me the whole way through too. Walked us in. You know, straight up to the thing where you give them your passport. And we were fresh. We were coming off our honeymoon. That was it.
Yeah, he was
So, yeah,
married
bro.
he's married to my Aunt Phyllis LeBeau, and then they got divorced after a certain amount of years.
Wow,
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to say I don't know what kind of corned beef that you've been looking at. It don't. If you get good corned beef, it don't look like dog food. I'm sorry, just don't. I don't know what kind of corned beef you've been looking at, bro.
Who said dog
what kind
food?
of dog food you been looking at?
Right. Sorry, I ain't never seen any corn. At
It's one
least
or
no
the
corned
other.
beef that I've been serving. It don't look like dog food. Now maybe you've been
Is it
seeing,
homemade
like,
corned beef?
corned beef and cabbage, or maybe you're thinking about corned beef hash.
Yeah.
Corned beef hash could
yeah.
look like
Yeah.
dog food because you got the little pieces of potatoes.
But that still tastes really good. You just got to get over what it looks like.
Shit, I need to cook me some
That's the
corned
thing
beef
that looks
hash
like dog food.
Half of what my dad used to eat, because he was from the South. My mother was Italian, so I'd get Italian food, but I also get all this, I get
that
black
southern
eyed peas, and,
Scrapple.
you know. But he would always fight for the gizzards and shit. I'm like, ain't nobody in this house fighting for it. You can have it.
What part of Italy is your mom from?
I love liver and gizzards. That's me.
Well,
Game time, what part?
She's been passed. I'm not exactly sure, but she was Italian. I think down in the South. Near the boot. But yeah, so
Okay.
I had the best of both worlds. But yeah, my dad would.
I lived there for 4 years.
My dad would eat some nasty shit.
Yeah, I lived in Naples for 4 years, bro.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Loved it there. I loved it in
Phyllis
Europe.
LeBeau, my aunt, she passed away in 2002.
Yeah.
Okay,
So do you guys think there's going to be a permanent European NFL team?
I hope not.
You mean the
but-
Jacksonville Jaguars are?
No. That would really. Where would they stay?
Okay, so somebody asked what I was cooking. I don't know if you guys can see this. So
You got to move it over.
Okay,
Wow.
well, no. Okay, so I've got
Texas.
some T-bone steaks right there. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
And what we're doing is I'm reverse searing it. So I'm actually smoking it at 225 till the temperature gets to about 110. And then you turn the grill up real high.
Yeah, Leo, Dallas Cowboys
and
been
then
13
sear
for over
that
20
sucker.
years now.
Yeah, so that's
Well,
what we're
Well,
doing.
you should go 10 to that then. Man.
Oh no,
Don't screw up the
no!
steak.
Here's what's cool is, bro, because you got to smoke it for about 45 minutes.
Oh,
I
okay.
have a wireless thermometer here that lets me.
Oh,
know.
you got the
Look,
blue. Oh, yeah.
So I know what the temperature
Whoa,
is.
hold on, Mark. Are you being paid for this?
No.
Are you being paid to talk about this?
I'm not.
Yeah, don't mention no,
Put that
no,
shit
no
down.
brand names.
Yeah.
Oh,
Put that shit down. Yeah.
What?
My bad.
Yeah.
Say
Put
what?
that shit down. I want to make sure you get paid for that.
Oh, are you
know
trying
what I'm
to
saying?
turn it to
He's
my,
like
my
your
agent?
agent.
Okay, but I
No, that's what they tell us, dog. Game time. I'm telling you, like I've actually, because like you, game time. I've had some time with Mark, and he's shown me some things. And what I ended up doing was taking it a step further and doing some research and more stuff. And I realized, like, you know
Bobby
what?
Benitsky. Shout out to Bobby Benitsky.
They if you ain't getting paid, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
yo,
hear you.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah.
look at
You
it
know,
from
here's
like
the thing. I could-
brand's perspective. Like,
Yeah.
why would I pay you to talk about something that you're already talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Quite
No, I'm talking
frankly,
about
that's where I
I'm talking about the thermometer. And,
Yeah.
Well, no,
I mean,
but
hell,
like,
Ray need to be
all of-
paying you.
all of the damn
put a black-
tools that
I
I
gotta put a
use and
stripe
everything
over my
else. It's like
swoosh.
shit. I just don't have enough time to tag all the merchandise and stuff there because I mean, from the Mevo cameras to the Rodecaster to every DeWalt tool that they pretty much make. It's
Yeah.
like that's shit I should be doing. And again, this thermometer right here.
Yeah.
So I can see my
Yeah,
steaks
that's the
right
whole-
now are at
but
59 degrees.
That's why I said, Mark, you got to do that thing where you take the time to get your stuff right,
I ain't
so
got the
that
time,
when
bro.
those opportunities present themselves, you're set. You know what I'm saying? That you could at least, go in there knowing that from a basic skills level, no matter what, your business is going to be tight. That's all. I'm just echoing conversations I've had with my business partner's agent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he talks to, like, Sonny be beating this shit in us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yo, don't rip them damn labels off.
Here's
you
the
know?
reality of it, though. No, here's the reality of things. Unfortunately, I'm like Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. I am the mom and pop shop, okay? And typically, when you start having as many people, growing the size I have, you have other people that are there helping you to do those things. And that's where, do I want to try and get somebody else that all they do is they're tagging? Because I could literally go through and do like an Amazon shopping video, where I bought my sinks and faucets and stuff like this, and I can do a review 2 years later how the stuff is holding up, or just doing the DeWalt tools, just getting some. I just don't have time to do that, and it's like, I don't know that I want somebody else to do it. So that's where
though, Mark.
What's that?
But here's what's dope though, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Fiverr the hell out of it.
Do what?
Just Fiverr. You know what I'm saying?
Fiverr it.
You got that? You could just Fiverr it. Just one time, pay somebody one time to do it.
Oh,
Fiverr the hell out of it and keep it moving, bruh.
Philly
you know what I'm saying?
D.
Like seriously, dude.
Philly D, man.
Yeah, you can put it so it'll be in the description box of every video.
Yeah,
Scrapple for everybody, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first time I went to an NFL football game, I was 15 years old.
You like Scrapple, Mark?
I used to get it a lot when I was a kid growing up. I used to enjoy it, but I remember my mom used to make Scrapple. I mean,
my mother would make it, but
and it's big brain.
Like she would buy the block of it, the big ass block, and cut it thick. I don't like it.
When I say make it, she took the pig brains and grinded it up.
No.
Okay, I remember. I remember getting a whole pig that was killed.
Yeah, that's
and split down the middle.
That's uncalled for. I'm sorry, Mrs. Holmes. That's not. That's
we also I always talk about a chicken with its head cut off.
Dyson.
My mom we used to
His
have
mother
chickens.
made homemade Scrapple.
She chopped the head off, and you see the chicken flying around with no head.
I do remember that. My dad was from the South. We had these. We didn't have a pen, so they threw them under the house overnight. And then I remember as a kid being traumatized, as my dad, cut the head off of it with a hatchet, and it was running around.
Stop for a second. Stop for 1 second here. Ultra, bro. I'm not 350 pounds. I'm 260. And I'm still able to climb up on a 2-story freaking roof and bust my ass, okay? I'm not 350 pounds, bro.
And when you're next, and anybody that meets Mark in person, they go, damn, you're skinnier than I thought. No, I wouldn't say skinny, but
well, when you're this size, the camera puts on 25 pounds.
No,
I'm serious. He's not. He's
Mark is not big.
No,
Mark is
he's
not
not.
big. I think he is. He's not
Me,
big.
I'm bigger. No, I'm joking.
That's what she said.
Look
at her hands. They're so big.
That's another slimming camera.
Drew, I like
Peace
Scrapple.
to Drew. What up, Drew?
The only way I like Scrapple, though, Drew, is got to be give me a nice, round, soft, maybe snowflake roll. And throw a piece of fried Scrapple.
It's got to be crispy.
Well.
It's got to be crispy.
Yeah, it has to be crispy. Yes, and it's hard to cook Scrapple the right way.
What is
then
Scrapple?
I could do that. That's about it, man. Other than that, I'm out.
Yeah.
What is Scrapple? I never heard of it.
Scraps.
It's basically
the scrap. Okay, I'm like
lips,
Scrapple. I'm like
buttholes,
everything,
and anything else.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
But
That's what it is.
Let me respond to one other thing that's in here because you were talking about how I could go back and
slow
get
down a little bit
and get Dan Sileo and stuff. It's kind of like with Philly 500 always talking about Mark Holmes is always eating on camera. It's kind of like the ritual. I mean, I'm here, 8, 10, 12, 16 hours straight. So I'm live streaming, and it's been part of the show of doing the big sub. But, I mean, I could literally go at Philly 500 when he's sitting there talking about somebody else eating, but it's kind of like, I'm going to take the high road. I'm not going to quite go there like that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. Because I oftentimes find myself thinking,
you're better than I am.
Those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Bro.
Mark Holmes is always eating.
I like that saying.
Philly,
that's a good saying.
Bro.
I got to write that down. What did you say, Derek?
Haters are your motivators.
Haters are your motivators.
If you don't have haters,
I might even
Gibson in the
house. You know what they say? You know what they say? If haters dog you, that means you're doing something good.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm always of the opinion, just because it's a good joke, don't mean you need to be the one to tell it.
There you go.
There you go.
Because you mess around and beat it.
Takes up to 68.
Jay
You know what I'm
Recruiter,
saying?
what's up?
That's the part that I think is something that I think a lot of folks ought to take credence to. I know I do. You know what I'm saying?
I've learned over the years when to keep my mouth shut.
Let me just be quiet. I don't even want to be a part of
I've learned the hard way. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. So
yeah,
back to football.
Oh shoot! I forgot this was a football
There's
show.
a game. That's
it's
right.
not a bye week here, okay? Okay, the Cowboys are 4.5 point underdog.
We talking
Who
about
you
Scrapple
taking?
and
Right, Scrapple and chopping chicken's heads off. All right. And big hands.
And
Your
Philadelphia
hands are
Eagles.
so big. Oh my God. And Mark Holmes being, my man Altro said I'm gonna be like 600 pounds by the time I'm 80 in a wheelchair. Gee, thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me just go ahead and take
Why
the
even
knife and end
watch
it now. I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
Why even watch?
Wow. That's pretty harsh.
I'm gonna say this much. I'm 59 years old, and I can guarantee you I can outwork people half my age.
Huh.
yep, stay away from that alcohol and cigarettes and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Mark don't drink except when he's
I
watching
mean,
the Dallas
yeah,
game.
the Cowboys make you drink.
Dallas makes you drink.
Yeah, Cowboys make us drink.
I don't drink beer or nothing anymore. That's just too fattening. But I will have a whiskey or a rum or a vodka. I try and stay away from vodka. That makes me weird.
Well,
but
I'll
yeah,
put it this way.
little
And by
whiskey
all
or
the
a
other
rum.
stuff, I mean white stuff.
This bottle
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here,
yeah,
the
yeah.
only time it's been drunk
Queen
is
Bella's
on the
in the
Dan
house. Long
Sileo
time.
show. Okay.
Oh damn!
So
Have you ever drank that? You remember you
have to
got
have a
that
drink
liquor
of-
from Puerto Rico? Did you ever drink that yet?
I like that, Drew.
No,
I think so too.
It's 2019, so it's
Yeah.
5 years old, and it was already 20-year-old rums, or no, 25-year-old rums.
That's not a bad score.
So
Drew.
it's
That's-
30-year-old
that's
rum
kinda
right
what I'm
now, and
thinking.
at the current rate, it might be 50-year rum before I can open it.
28-17.
Queen Bella in the house.
Something
The
like
queen
that.
is here. The queen is here.
I'm gonna root for Dallas and all, but I'm not picking them to win just because they got to
I
beat the
am.
Niners before they could. I'm gonna
Right.
pick them,
Yeah.
but I think they can win, obviously, but I'm not gonna pick them.
Dallas 35, San Fran 21.
I love it.
There
I
you
love
go.
it.
Wow, we're winning. We're winning. And if not,
So you
I'll come
think it's
on.
going to be a high scoring
Eat
game?
a hat.
It's going to have to be.
I came on the show prepared to call the Cowboys loss, but I can't do it.
We're winning.
I can't do it now. Y'all done convinced
I'm
me.
doing everybody.
We're winning by 4.
picking.
We're winning
Cowboys
this
by
game.
4.
This is
Wow.
I really
So
came up here prepared to lose.
So
Oh,
you know
now
what?
we get the chance
Since
to
you were
prepare
prepared,
this.
since you already have the prepared statements, Derek, can we just go down that rabbit hole real quick? Like, what would you?
Here we go.
What would you say? Like, what would you say? What were you
No,
prepared to say?
I don't want that on record anymore. The record is I'm going to go
Okay.
to Cowboys by 4. Because I feel like I'm playing both sides if I did that. And
Well,
that's not.
let's break it
I wanna
down a
stay
little
on.
bit before we get out of here. Let's break it down. Okay, offense. Right now, you have to give the edge, right? Slight edge, but they're so banged up, we don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They're going to try and run the ball. Eric Hendricks is back, so that'll greatly help our effort. David, Mark, don't let these pond scum like Arturo get to you. They're jealous losers. David, come on, bro.
Come down, come down.
Appreciate that, David. Thank you.
Yeah, because misery loves company.
So I think Eric Henry.
Arturo's a good man, though. We just went after Mark a little hard. That's all. Anyway, what I was saying is, I think we own the special teams, dominant. I think offensively it's close with all their injuries, and defensively I think they have an edge. So that's why I don't think that's a bad score by Drew. If we win, we're gonna have to score a lot of points, and they haven't showed it yet. So they're gonna have to do something that they haven't done yet. But I go back to last year where they came out of the bye, a different team. Mike McCarthy's record, and Thomas, I want to hear you. Mike McCarthy's record is 12-5 after a bye. Thomas, go ahead.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Go ahead, Thomas. Light him up. Or not.
You know, I
Is
think the
Debo
MVP
playing
of
tomorrow?
the game's going to be Ferguson.
Yeah.
I think he's playing tomorrow, Leo, because
Yeah,
he's been
Debo's
practicing.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's going to be slow.
Oh.
That pneumonia is not no joke. You don't just bounce back like that.
GJ,
Jalen Parsons
it's
and,
for the super
Kendrick
chats
playing
and
tomorrow.
channel members, so we do drawings.
All right, everybody. I'm going to roll. I got stuff to do. I'll talk to everybody.
right.
Well, I'm going live at 8 with Phil on Primetime Phil, so
There you
come
go.
over and check us out. And,
Absolutely.
I'll be live tomorrow, 1:00. So, Mark, reach out to me maybe in the morning or something. I don't know. I'll be here. All
right, cool.
Hey, game time. See you. Hey, man. Again, proud of you, bro. For real.
You.
Keep kicking ass, man.
Thanks.
All right,
man.
brother. Take care, man.
See
you, game time.
Yep. All right. And my stakes are.
Then see, Mark, this is a weird one for me, because like I think for the most part, y'all cool as hell until you know what I'm saying, start going left on me every now and again. But like for the most part, man, you've introduced me to some pretty solid dudes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make me laugh hard as hell too.
Oh, you mean on here? Okay.
See? Look, see what I mean? Right, Loyal? See what I'm saying? Come on. Come on now. How can you not love a guy like that?
Corey Pearson said, do you think we should trade Parsons? If the Joneses are
get what you
trading him,
can.
but,
I would.
Okay,
That's
we're
just
talking
me.
about the Cowboys that always overpay for everybody and undervalue them when they trade him. So they'd trade him for like a 3rd-round draft pick.
But if you're like, does all the other owners hate Jerry Jones? Because it always seems like they either don't want to trade to us, or when they trade, it's so much in their favor.
Yep.
Yo, Mark, you got to do your Bet US thing, man. Who's your dad? Like, what's your dad doing tomorrow?
He has not. My dad has not called me yet. I talked to him yesterday morning because he got the over on the Minnesota game. He ended up losing because he took Minnesota and gave up the points on that one, so he broke even. So he said he's going to sharpen his pencil for tomorrow's bet. So he's working on those now. So I'll know those probably first thing in the morning to make him. But he's been on a good streak because he stopped betting on the Cowboys. So if you want to, again, this is the daddy picks, and we'll do daddy's picks tomorrow morning and things. But if you do want to try some gambling, Leo, I told you about the matching, the 150%. You could have been gambling with house money and betting on the Eagles, and you could have made some money, bro.
Absolutely, you're right. I know, Mark. I know.
You got to be in it to win it. No.
So
you keep telling me that.
Use that YouTube promo code YouTube 150.
Besides Jerry?
What happened?
I was saying, do you think Jerry Jones will ever step down and let somebody else be the general manager?
Jerry Jones is going to die in there.
When the Lord
that's how
home.
Jerry Jones.
There you go, Derek.
He will die in the place. Okay, he'll have a heart attack at midfield, and that will be the end of it.
It'll be an Al Davis situation.
Yep.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
Or if it was financially advantageous, meaning like, hey Jerry, you could make $500 million if you step down.
He's already got all that, though.
But why does he need more? Jerry Jones
and he's
loves
got
the
boxing
limelight.
with Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. He's got all.
He's got F1,
Yeah, he's got
right?
F1.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't.
He had
care,
World Cup
He
soccer.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, right. I mean, he doesn't. Cowboys are a second thought for him.
Okay, you have to understand. Oh, let's just put this in perspective here, okay? How much do you think he makes? They make off a year for doing tours. $10 million. That's a drop in the bucket.
Quite a bit.
He is literally excited about the fact that they're talking about the tours. That'll bring more publicity to it, more tours. It's literally chump change, man.
Yeah.
I would think that if you ended up winning the NFC and had NFC merch, not the NFC East, the NFC, that you'd make a whole lot more money than you would on tours.
Totally. Yeah.
Jerry is Mr. Burns.
But it may be a case where I've already won my 3. I'm gonna win as much money as I can.
Exactly.
I think Troy Aikman would be a good GM for Dallas.
Huh.
Not gonna happen.
Why would Troy? Why would you lose being in the booth, making all that money without anybody hating you, other than the fans don't like to listen to you, than actually have to do that work? Because that's a 365-day-a-year job.
Yeah, I don't know if Troy's the kind of former player that would reach these youngins. To be honest with you, he's hardcore. He's hard nosed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
and he was tough on his own teammates. You know what I'm saying? You put Troy Aikman in charge of a bunch of kids, he gonna be saying shit that's going, every time you turn around, he's gonna have an EO complaint or something.
Okay, so somebody said check on those T-bones. Well, I'm actually. I know Leo said don't show this because I'm not sponsored by them, but it's at 84 degrees. Okay, because they're smoking, so I'm good. Once it gets to 110 is when I get out there and take them off, turn that grill so it gets that sucker up to about 600 degrees, and sear those suckers, man. And they're going to be just as tender and flavorful. Got some big potatoes in there, so we have baked potatoes, steak, and a nice salad for dinner.
Man, what's the brand? Who is it?
What, the brand of this?
Yeah,
Maverick. Yeah, Maverick XR is the.
So Maverick XR, if somebody one of your followers here are your 130,000 followers, somebody is a degree or two away from Maverick XR.
Okay.
Make a clip of this, you know what I'm saying, and have Fiverr it and have them make a clip of this, and then send this shit out to Maverick XR.
Okay.
And somebody at Maverick XR, you need to get my man Mark Holmes on now.
That and also too the Weber Genesis grill. Okay.
There you go. Oh. See what I'm saying, Mark? Come on,
hey,
you're doing dishes every week
you know
too.
What? But hey, look,
why is it some company like sponsoring that?
I'm going to do a video on that, how you actually save some money, because that's a $900 grill, but I got it for $549.
From where?
Huh? From Home Depot, because it's the end of the season.
So Home Depot, you need to be talking to Mark Holmes. He just hooked y'all up. See?
Okay. So Home Depot, Weber, Maverick.
Right there. Come on, Lord. Come on now. Joe, for real. Right?
Yeah, I leave a lot of money on the table.
You miss all the shots
for me,
you don't take.
listen, man, it's not about the money for me, bro. It's about the entertainment. Okay,
because I ain't gonna front. You be making me want to come there so I can get a plate or some shit like that.
Okay,
or whatever the hell it is that you cooking. Shit.
Hold on, I'll be
right back.
what I'm saying? Let me
right, Joe? Don't be cooking his ass off, and they be eating their ass off. It's not funny. It's maddening because I'm not eating. I ain't there.
Yeah, don't you be hating that? They be in there eating subs.
Their asses off. Yeah.
And I got
them glizzies,
BS
all that
ramen
shit.
noodles in front of me. I'd be like, they just eating in front of my face like that.
I got a wife that loves Food Network, so food's one thing I don't have to worry about. She's like always on top of it. We gotta make this tonight. We got this tomorrow. This now. I'm like, okay. I'm just like, I'll just sit back and let her do all the cooking.
I'm hungry.
I went to a high school football game last night.
Oh yeah, who played?
Me and my uncle did. We went to my dad worked at Boonville High School in Warwick County, and me and my uncle went over to the game over there where he was working at.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been telling myself, I want to support the local high school around here where I live, just to sit there and watch them play. I've been telling myself I want to do that one week, but I think this is our last week. I think this was the last game, so maybe next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Do you guys? So let me ask you. What do you like? Considering everything that's going on with the news and the whole 9 yards, where do you see the Cowboys' final record being? Let's be honest. You're only 3-3 right now, as it stands.
I don't mind game times 10-7. Yeah, 10-7 I think is a pretty average.
Yeah. I don't know, Leo. I
don't know though. Yeah.
With injuries, I got us beating the 49ers. But after this, we look at the stretch we got the Eagles twice, Washington twice. Got to play the Giants again, Atlanta. We still got to play Tampa Bay. We still got to play freaking Texans, the Bengals. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy stretch.
So are you, all jokes aside, Derek, you really think y'all going to beat us on November 9th? Or you just like...
No, I don't... When we play the other game? Our second game is when?
The next to the last game.
Okay, we're gonna beat the Eagles both times.
Yeah, I think we'll win one, and you guys will win one. We'll split.
We're gonna beat the Eagles both times.
Really?
I don't care if Cooper Rush is playing. We're gonna beat the Eagles both times.
I got us sweeping y'all.
We always split. We always split, guys.
That's true too. I'm thinking
one and they won one.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing though. Like if you look at the last week of the season, the last 3 games of the season, they're all division games.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, like it could really come down to like we may actually need to have to play all those games, including the last one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then again, because I like if you guys go back and you could check the film, you know what I'm saying? I said that I felt like before the season started, I felt like maybe Washington would come in ahead of you guys. I got us at 1, Washington at 2, and you at 3.
And
that was where I was at.
Okay. So for you guys, can you see that?
Yeah.
So they've been smoking.
Okay.
So they've been smoking. Oh, let's see. Where is it? Damn, I can't. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There'll probably be a split. Dallas will win one, and the Eagles will win the other.
That's usually what happens, Tyler.
Usually you got like a split. Yeah, that's why
they're at 91 degrees right now. They're smoking out there.
Oh yeah.
And, yeah. So once they get to 110, then I take them out, fire that sucker up as high as it'll go, and sear those suckers, man. And it locks them in there. They'll be just as tender. You get that little bit of smoke taste into it. It's like an apple chips that I got in there that are smoking with it. Ooh. Baked potato with butter and sour cream and cheese. Oh, man. Yeah.
Is that all right if I put my YouTube channel in the chat, Mark? Share it with you guys?
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and share it with us. And actually, yeah, go ahead and share it with us, and we're going to get ready to get out of here because I'm going to finish up the other stuff to go with the steaks.
Oh, yeah, good question. Okay, Derek.
Okay.
And for all of y'all, but specifically for Derek, do you see Dallas scoring more than 20 points and their defense stopping the Niners?
Yes.
What? Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to do that if we're going to win.
Right.
We can't score under 20 against San Francisco and win. So
yeah,
we're gonna have to score. We're gonna have to. Since I picked them to win, we're gonna score over 20.
Wow. Mark, do they make the over or the under?
I think they're gonna get the over on this one. Cowboys have to score. They have to score. There's no.
We need 2 turnovers. We need 2 turnovers too. So it's
and a couple.
Does Dak throw any picks?
Probably.
Here's the thing. I think actually Dalvin Cook may have will actually come out here and actually play well because I don't think his ass wants to go back on practice squad.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's going to be coming out there with the force like, I got something to prove that I need to be on the field so that way if it's not going to be here with Dallas, that I can get on with somebody next year.
Exactly.
So I think he's going to be motivated to be out there to show something. And if he's not the guy, then maybe they need to trade for somebody.
Can't be worse than Deuce Vaughn, right?
Oh, man.
I think Dalvin's better than Deuce, probably.
Well,
exactly.
He's got to be. Sorry, right
now. The only reason he's on the team is because of his dad, just like Ronnie James.
Again, that was such a great story. Let's go ahead.
Yeah.
The only reason Bronny on that team is because LeBron. Nobody else, if LeBron was retired, Bronny would have never got drafted. Nobody else wanted to draft him.
Yeah.
He would have stayed at Cole.
All right, guys. We've been on for 2 hours, and I've got company here. I got to place the spades tonight, and after we throw down on these steaks and stuff. So, final thoughts here, real quick, as we get ready to rock out of here.
I predict that we're going to have that it's going to be the Eagles
cares.
#1.
Nobody cares.
Washington #2, and you guys #3 in the division.
Nobody
at the
cares
end.
what you think, Leo. Even though we love you, nobody cares what you think about our Cowboys.
But you asked like our final thoughts. That was my final thought, not whether or not you care.
It was a rhetorical
My final
question
thought
with Eagles.
is everything Leo just said is wrong. Okay, go
There you go. I think we can all agree. Okay, I second that.
I'm just gonna take it one game at a time.
All right,
we are not ending this show with all y'all. Hell no. We not ending this show with all y'all in conflict with me. Like not like that. Hell no. Figure out another way. Ask another damn question, Mark. We ain't doing that. Hell no.
Okay.
That was some bullshit, Derek.
All right. Okay. I'll ask another question. Who else will second the motion that Eagles suck, and so does Leo for believing in them?
You were on a Cowboy channel. You the minority. Now take that, pal.
There you go.
See.
And
fine. I'll take that. I will take that.
We can't end on that.
That's better.